Would you, and this is for either team here, because you have the Chaos Knight and the Timsaw on one team, you have the Snapfire, the Sand King, and the Mars on the other team here. Would you look towards a Phoenix for either team here for the HP damage that comes out from the hero? You know, maybe the Spirit Vessel that stops the regen coming through from the Timbersaw?
I would actually love it here for both teams. The problem, of course, is sometimes you're afraid to go for too much team fight if you're one move. The problem is the Snapfire, Sand King, and Mars, even without their ultis, they're quite capable of getting kills. It's a weird pick from Cybercats. You're playing against the Mars, so Hoodwink doesn't really like playing against that hero. All of the trees die. Suddenly you're a sitting duck, squirrel, whatever, and you die. Plus, you're very squishy. One of the squishiest heroes in the game. So you can die from just the AoE damage. Like on one move or going for a Timbersaw and you're somewhere close, you die from the epicenter and the stray spear going your way. So that is something that the Hoodwink is going to have to think about. But I think they're actually looking to have a hero that can burst someone down. So since you have a Timbersaw, you have no AoE stuns. The enemies do have that. You will want to be the one starting off the fight. If you're Cybercat, you jump in, whirling that, stun from the CK, the Inkswell, and the Sharpshooter, and the hero will inevitably die. I don't see a hero in the game that would actually survive those spells right now.
Plus, you know, if Timbersaw's trying to chase somebody down and there's no trees nearby for him to jump to, all of a sudden Hoodwink comes out of nowhere with that acorn shot, plants down a tree right on top of them, catches them with a bushwhack. All of a sudden there's a Timbersaw right on top of you that timber chains to this tree that's come out of nowhere.
How would you feel, though, if you just planted a tree and then some guy who, other than I just hate trees, has no valid reason to take it down? I don't think it's good team building. So either way, but one move are gonna go for the Seeker. If he's not the one being jumped on, this is actually a really good Seeker game. He might not crush the lane against the Timber, but there's going to be a lot of brawling here on the other lanes. So he's always going to be fast. He is always going to be able to sustain himself against the Timbersaw. Once he gets the BKB, there's nothing he can do about him. And Bloodseeker is pretty much a hero that doesn't go into the fight first. So this is a really big deal. And also one move, they needed a vision hero. Bloodseeker kind of ticks that box if you count in the Thirst.
So I've got what might be a really straightforward question followed by a really stupid question.
Let's go.
So the straightforward question, Bloodseeker, do you ever buy the Ag Scepter on this hero?
Ever since the change, I think you don't buy it, but you're actually okay with taking it from Roche.
Okay, stupid question.
Let's go.
What the hell does the Aghanim Scepter even do on Bloodseeker anymore? Blood Mist, it throws... He bleeds and
you cut yourself like a sadist, and then you kind of spray your blood over the enemies, and for some reason it does damage to them as well. So it's literally like a pudge. You're like a pudge, just instead of the smell, which, you know, at least you can cover your nose, he's just spraying blood over you. So it's kind of disgusting, but still I understand the idea behind it, and now since it has been buffed up, it actually does make kind of sense. You go in, everyone gets low, you pop your BKB, you're super fast, you can go out or you can go in if the enemies are running away. So that's somewhat of how I view it. But I just don't see a situation where you're not like 6 slotted and it's working out. So there's the Viper.
Okie dokie, so we're gonna get, I assume, Viper. Is this a Viper offlane Timbersaw mid?
Maybe. I think so. DK Focus, he was the one that played the Viper last time around. So unless Igor plays it as well, and I think he does. I actually think I saw him in pubs, even maybe in some competitive games like D2CL Season 8. You casted that one as well. I think he played the Viper, if I'm not mistaken.
And the Phoenix does come out. I really like that Phoenix pick. I mean, I know we talked about it with when the Mars sank in the Sapphire, but with the Bloodseeker as well and the Bloodright, and just being able to get that arena up, so you've got silences, and then you've got obviously the Phoenix Supernova. It's just, especially coming up against Chaos Knight, who likes the armlet builds. You've got the Timbersaw that wants to be going for just the region that comes out for, you know, if the Phoenix gets a Spirit Vessel in there as well. I just think that you stop the lifesteal coming out from the Chaos Knight, you stop the regen coming out from the Timbersaw. That's half the strength of the heroes dealt with.
Yeah, I'm just not sure about the Cybercats draft. The thing is, it's cool because you have a Timber against 4 strength heroes, right? He's also going to have a relatively okay lane. This is going to be a mid lane Viper. The problem I see with their lineup, they have no vision heroes. They have no heroes that jump their enemies. Hoodwink, you can put her in the vision heroes department just because he's so annoying going through the woods, but not really. And then, what is Cybercats really good at? They're good at posturing aggressively at towers. The Timber, the Viper, both of them like doing that when it's just hero CK jumps in, you kill him. Well, the thing is that one move, they're the ones that have such great jump, because no matter how tanky you are, no matter how fat you are on this Timber, the arena, epicenter, Mortimer's Kisses, Sunray, you are going to die. There is no save. There's no save in this world that's going to keep you alive from that. So if you're looking at it, Cybercats, they're going to have a tough time. That being said, there is this timing around 6, 7, 8 minutes where the supports aren't going to have their level 6s, where one move isn't going to want to fight, where you can actually get those towers down with a Timber Saw strength, get super tanky so that you can survive the first few ultis until there are some core items on the side of one move, and on the back of that aggression just overtake the map. But that is so many ifs, and they kind of all get taken away given that the laning phase of one move actually isn't that weak, so they're not to be underestimated.
Okay, well, one move, they're going to come right out of the gate with the smoke as well, so maybe looking to get a quick first blood, because what, you could go in with the, well, maybe the Sun King doesn't want to go for the Bow Strike level 1, but you can still go for the Scatter Blast for the slow. You've got the Spear to come out. God's Rebuke. It's tricky, but Fiery Souls maybe for the Phoenix, or Fiery Spirits, excuse me, for the Spirits, for the slow on top. So there is kill potential coming out from the side of one move, and you can see this. I like this as well. They're going to plant this Observer Wards. The smoke's going to be there. They get there early, and they're just going to see anybody that comes in, maybe to try and get a bit of a better positioning on this top rune.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about the first blood. Well, if someone is walking up the high ground and you start hitting him first, then you hit 1 or 2 stuns. Well, they're most definitely gonna die. Level 1 heroes, no matter which hero it is just very, very susceptible to dying with another 5 heroes just constantly dishing out the damage. So I'm pretty sure that that's not gonna happen, but you know, they did plant the wards with that smoke, and they did try to wait for someone to be cocky.
It looks like there's still going to be some contest for both runes here. Focus as well. Well, Fel's going to throw out the Acorn shot. Smiling Knight's going to take it to the face, and yeah, even if it's only a squirrel throwing a seed at you, you still don't want to be hit in the face by that. So it looks like it's still going to be the 2-for-2 split here, coming through for both teams. One moving down. Afterlife and Saish in this off lane, Smiling Knight as well as Pantomime in the safe lane. And is this a little bit of a, with the Cookie coming through onto Phasor not being the biggest health pool hero in the world here, is this a little bit of a better kill potential in the safe lane this time around for one move?
On Phasor, yes, they can kill the Hoodwink if heroes around the map are a bit lower and the Seeker gets a bit faster with the Thirst. That's it. But I'm pretty sure that they didn't want to lane the Phoenix on the top lane just because it would be very, very tough for the Bloodseeker to do anything there with the Phoenix, and with the Snapfire they do pose some threat, so Phasor is gonna think twice before being super annoying. Okay,
and just speaking about the Snapfire, with the build that you've got, do you go for the point into the Cookie first, or do you think you go for, you know, maybe get a couple of points into the little Shredder, just with DK Focus being in this lane, you know, or do you completely ignore the Terrorblade being in the lane and just focus on, like, getting a build that's going to help you roam around the map and find some gank potential?
I think you're actually dodging the little Shredder here. You know, the minus armor on the Timber side, it's not gonna do much for you. And if there is kill potential, it's actually on level 2 when you have your first 2 spells. Once the Timber side is level 3, the kill potential is just completely gone.
Okay, well, we'll see. Because he's coming up to the level 2 now as well. DK Focus is doing a really good thing of just being aggressive with the Timber Chains, you know, really putting... Oh, the Bushwhack comes out now. The Cookie's going to go. Are they going to be able to do anything with Blood Right coming through? It's Phasor. Phasor is going to be slowed down by the Scatter Blast. Do they have the damage to take him down? They have the silence. One more right click. It might be enough. The Timber Chain comes in. Knight, he wants to go for this. He does get the first blood, picks it up, and packs it away as Phasor sent back to base.
There's one thing that I talked about with Bluescale yesterday. I actually think that Cybercats were playing the Seeker, or no, it was actually being played against them. If I'm no, they were playing it. That's the only game that they lost. And the Seeker is a very tricky hero because the player itself needs to be very good at the hero. It's very hard to understand when to go in, when to go out. The problem with this game, of course, is that you don't have to be a very good Bloodseeker player because there's nothing to catch you out once you pop out the BKB. There's nothing that's going to kill you in a second. You're always going to be able to run out of everything. There is no BKB piercing disable, so it's going to be an easy game for Smiling Knight, be he a great Bloodseeker player or someone who pretty much just plays it when it's a good Seeker game.
And we'll keep an eye on him, but just moving across to the other lanes here, she gets to just trying to put a little bit of aggression onto Afterlife here as well. Again, Mars already has that one bracelet to start off with. Wouldn't be surprised. He might just go straight for the Soul Ring. You know, we see, I think that's the more common build at the minute, is one bracer into Soul Ring into the Ogre Axe, and then you can decide if you want to finish off the BKB or if you want to go for the Blink Dagger first. As she gets pushed right back underneath the Tier 1 tower with the spear, but there's going to be a Chaos Bolt onto the Mars. No real follow-up there from Shigetsu. Just has to be careful. Stroke of Fate comes out. Afterlife takes it to the face. And you've got
Four couriers.
Yeah. It's not fun. In fact, he might be able to get another one out of this. He's going to be able to get two, so just picking up a massacre in terms of those fuzzy little delivery animals.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna call them from now on. Delivery animals. They're not couriers. Either way, I like how One Move are playing this lane. You don't want the Grimstroke and the CK to be together because then they actually have kill potential on the Mars. But if the Phoenix is moving H-Duo away, then Afterlife 1 versus 1, he's gonna be doing quite okay against the CK. Though I have to say, Shigetsu has done a really solid job at keeping himself up there in terms of CS.
Yeah. It's, let's say, 18. He's going to be looking for this, the neutrals as well. And so we see carries like the Terrorblades, the Medusas, the Luna of the last patch, you know, the last big meta. He's going to be able to go on with the Reality Rift here now as well. Does he have the Chaos Ball? Does he want to throw it out into the Phoenix? Sage does have that the Icarus dive away if he gets too low. Yes, she gets to just move himself back. But do you kind of follow that trend again with the Terrorblades, the Medusas, the Lunas of moving in once you hit that level 6, once you get the Phantasm, of moving into the jungle, looking for jungle stacks and farm? Or are you going to be this kind of hero, this kind of carry that's going to sit on the lane and not let Afterlife find that easy farm?
Well, one of the reasons that the CK got back into the meta is that the meta changed when they changed the positioning of the bounty rune. Suddenly, this safe lane tower became easier to defend. So heroes that stay in the lane a little bit longer got popular, and that's why he's being played on the bottom lane. We're gonna see an engagement before we can finish that thought.
Yeah, Shigetsu pulled in with the Reality Rift, and the Spear came out immediately for Afterlife. So both cores on this lane are going to be taking some harass, but again, there was no Sunray there to try and really dig the damage into Shigetsu. It was only a couple of Fiery Spirits. Oh, the chase on. Are they going to be able to get anything? Fezor gets a really nice pushback, but it's still going to be nice. It's going to be able to chase through these trees. Yeah, Fezor, you can run, but you can't hide. And really, you can't even run because Smiling Knight's faster than you. It's going to be able to chase down and get those kills. And that's going to be one unhappy squirrel. Bottom lane, it's going to be another spear coming through now as well. Inkswell, is it going to be enough? There's going to be a Chaos Bolt as well. It looks like Shigetsu. Does he want to even turn around onto? He's not going to be able to get the kill onto Sayush. So Sayush turns it around, going to be able to go onto Shigetsu. It looks like H2O. Does he get himself away from this here now as well? No Icarus dive for 20 seconds, but the spear will finish the job. Afterlife sending H2O to the Afterlife.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's something that tends to happen when you have a Grimstroke lane, is that you go in and you just can't finish people off, and suddenly there is a turnaround. That is why it's of the utmost importance once the Inkswell pops, if the hero isn't low enough that he dies in 1 or 2 hits, that you continue, that you just go back so that you don't continue chasing.
We'll look at this mid lane.
There's some pressure.
There is going to be 3 heroes here as well. It's only level 1, so the cookie comes out. Ego, though, he still gets the Viper Strike off. There's going to be the Bow Strike through. Can he do anything with the Epicenter? He's go down first. There's going to be the Nether Toxin. Gets the kill there, but they still get it with the Epicenter being channeled. And a couple more right clicks from Snapfire. He doesn't have that little shredder. So Fezor, does he want to try and turn it around with the Bushwhack? He does have it to come out. Does he latch it? He doesn't. Only on to the range creep here. And Pantomime should be fine. I say should, because both heroes in this mid lane, both supports are pretty low. So a little bit of aggression aggression from either side could be enough to get the kill. But there's going to be the TP to the top lane here. They might want to go into focus. There's a Rook who comes out. Focus. Is he going to be able to get himself away from them? Is he even going to survive through this one? The little Shredder, again, still not skill up, so it's just going to be scatter blasts and cookies to try and deal with him. But he just stands his ground. He's got 3 points into the reactive armor, and even though he's out of tower range, the rupture is on. He just says, "What are you going to do? You've thrown all your spells at me." H2 on the bottom lane takes down Sayush.
Interesting, the Viper TP to the top lane. That attempt onto DK Focus, I think it was mainly to get the to get a catapult down. What you want to do on the side of one move is delay the towers from falling for as long as possible. Oh, Pantomime?
He's in the trees. Yeah, there's going to be the Viper rotation up here. Can he get himself out of this? Nope, Focus still picks it up with the right click. And now Viper, well, that rupture's up in 24, but Viper has the Viper Strike. So, if the Bloodseeker wants to get aggressive, he really has to pick his battle here, because the Timbersaw is still close. Sayush is TP'd up as well, just to try and push out this lane.
I think you're gonna be happy with that if you're one move, and you just understand now how desperate Cybercats are for these early towers to fall as fast as possible, because as levels, oh, what a beautiful usage of the Tumbler's Toy. Yeah. But as I was saying, as time progresses, as Blink Daggers come out, it's going to be very easy for one move to kill you if you're going for a tower. And if you're unable to posture aggressively and take over parts of the map, the side of one move is going to be farming much, much faster. So you're bound to lose the later portions of the game. DK Focus, this time around, there's no one to help him.
Yeah, they're going to go. The Blue Right comes through as well, but there is 3 heroes up here. The Icarus Dive comes through. It looks like they're going to be able to take down the Timbersaw, even with the Chakram going. Smiling Knight just moves himself in. And Sayush does secure the kill, but all 3 heroes are playing a part in taking him down.
Very nicely done. Now, you just want to defend the mid lane. I think the support should be coming here fast. Meliel?
Yeah, the Dusty's going to go. He's going to get Bushwhack up now as well. The Viper Strike comes out. He's already used that Burrow Strike. Epicenter, he's not going to have the time to channel it. And that's going to be the tower going down.
Good response to the Timber going down. They're not gonna kill the tower though, but they're gonna apply some pressure. They're gonna move some heroes there. I actually expected one move as soon as the Timber died on the top lane that they were gonna run towards the mid lane, especially with the egg being ready. But it seems like without Pantomime's Mortimer's Kisses, they just wanna wait a tad bit more. So even though the Sand King died, sure, it's a good response, but with tower not taking that much damage, it's still gonna be okay. So one move, they're still gonna be quite happy with how the game is transpiring for now.
Do you think that Igor goes for the early shot? Just because you look at the lineup, okay, CK can hit buildings, you know, he's going to have the Phantasm that's going to do the extra damage. But being able to just accelerate the speed that you take down for 1400, you know, 1400 gold to be able to tear down with the poison attack onto the towers. Do you think it's worth it for him to get that as soon as it comes up? Oh, the arena comes up, so you have to answer. In a couple of seconds, it looks like Grimstroke will go down. Pantomime picks up the kill.
That is a good point that you made. The problem is they only need the tier 1s down, the top one and the mid one. Other than that, they don't need the towers to fall. If they don't get the towers down, maybe he can get it, but I think it would be wasted gold. You need the BKB, you need the Dragon Lance. This is what the Viper needs in this game to actually be able to stand his ground, and actually needs to get that BKB off before he gets stunned up to death. So not an easy game for him, but I don't think the shard is going to change that, because staying next to a tower and attacking it, you can't do it. Phoenix caught in top lane though.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get himself away. Already uses that Icarus Dive. Oh, the Sharpshooter, he dodges off last second. Just clips his tail feathers. But Pantomime, does he want to come in with the cookie? There is going to be the Ink Twirl. Looks like the cookie's going to be getting him out of range here. Pantomime Chakram does come out. But Focus, it's not going to be enough to chase him down. And yeah, Sayush with that little course correction just at the very end there. I don't know if it was enough to get the kill, but it was definitely enough to keep him alive.
He got in trouble. He knows. Okay.
Just backs himself away. Yeah, he's ganked mid enough this game to know when things are quiet, just too quiet, and he just moves himself back. That Spidey sense tingling in his head.
That was actually a cool attempt from one move. You know, you showed your supports in the top lane, you ran away, and yeah, it's natural that you're gonna be moving towards the mid lane, but they smoked and immediately ran there. So you could say they should have gotten there in time and caught Igor off guard, but it seems like they know what the idea is right now. One move, they want to fight when there's not enough numbers on the side of Cybercats, and for now Cybercats are not allowing it. They're only getting into engagements when they have multiple heroes.
You can see this, the Mars is going to show the arena comes. Oh, it's an illusion. Well, at least he can laugh at himself about it. As
Yeah, he looked foolish.
4 heroes. Speaking
False
about
sense of
Luke
security.
yeah, there's going to be a spear down there. It gets him out of the multiple kisses. There's going to be the supernova coming through as well. Can he take down Phase with the Viper Strike on the back line? So the cookie comes out. So that's going to be the stun. Pantomime trying to wall himself away on this giant lizard. Inkswell once, excuse me, the Stroke of Fate once again. It looks like the Inkswell is going to come out now as well. The spear's not going to be to the trees, and they get the rupture off as well. Can they do the damage onto H2O? H2O trying to walk himself away. Igor, he might try and look for. He TP'd in, so he's not going to be able to take the TP out. Smile Knight will be able to get the kill, but Phasor instantly responds. H2O takes down Pantomime again. The Burst Strike comes through. I think he'll be able to get the kill onto Phasor. They will underneath the tier 1 tower.
DK Focus alone.
Live focus. He's trying to get himself out of it. He's trying to get himself out of danger. The spirits still fly through from Cyrus, but I don't think we have this killing blow. Yeah, one move. The 3 heroes that are still alive just back themselves away.
Smart back out coming out from one move, and really good read of the fight there coming out from the Sand King. You're always gonna see Sand Kings. The point of this hero is to get multiple stuns in a fight. You don't want to stay there and just stay in your Sandstorm, try to do the damage, because you're gonna die. You're very squishy. 1200 HP, 8 actually that's 5 armor, 8 under the tower. You die very easily. You're a mid lane that they can take down quite easily, but he went in and out of that fight so nicely, despite even being caught by the Soulbind at some point, and he's the one who set that fight up perfectly for them. And you know, DK Fogus came in, did a massive amount of damage with the spells in the fight, but still didn't manage to take down any of the big heroes. So one move again, are gonna be quite happy. This wasn't the positioning where Cybercats were going for a tower. You saw everything. This was one move, baiting the enemies to show themselves, jump in a perfect moment, and that full sense of security on the CK when there was no arena. It really did cost Cybercats a lot, with all the heroes TPing bot and then all of them dying. It's just not a position that you want to be dying in right now in the game.
And speaking of, the arena is up. That's going to be the Stroke of Fate coming right back. He's looking to get the D wards off, but it looks like Pantomime going to be able to take down both of those wards. And Snapfire. Well, they might go for... It's the haste on focus. What does he want to go for this? There's going to be a TP down to the bottom lane now as well. Was that the Sunray? The Bushwhack comes out of the Sharpshooter, and Phasor gets the kill. So it looks like it's just going to be the runaway from Smiling Knight. Yeah, for now. And then back in the top jungle, TK Focus with that haste run again. He's just trying to get aggressive, just trying to mark his territory, I guess, mark his jungle. Moving through, just creating a little bit of space for the DK to find the farm.
One move should fight right now. There's just no way that Cybercats can connect.
Yeah, they're going to be able to go into this H2O. What can they do? That Inkswell's going to go. It's going to be a little bit of damage. There was a Phantom as well. The cookie comes out. Not going to be in range, but where's that spear? The arena comes through just for the Grimstroke. Who's going to finish it off? Just saves it. And Afterlife, well, cool guys don't look at explosions, and cool guys don't look at the kills in the arena. Because Afterlife just walks himself away from that, leaves the arena to finish the job.
I actually expected after the Viper TP to the bottom lane that there's going to be an immediate smoke towards there, especially because Pantomime had one in the backpack, but he never put it there. I even expected after this kill, even though they used the arena, that they're going to smoke, but it seems like one move. Right now, they feel comfortable with how the game is going, and they want the level 12 on the Sand King before they force out the big fight. You can see that they're using scans. They just want to know roughly the positioning their opponents are in, and once they have level 12 on the Sand King, the BKB and the Bloodseeker, that's where they're going to be striking. The problem for Cybercats is they have no play on the map. They have no hero to make a play with, and until they get the BKB on the CK, they don't even have a frontliner, and even that is going to be a tough one to utilize properly. And now, finally, the smoke comes.
Yeah, and they're going to rotate. I mean, Focus is close, but the CK pushing up in this top lane. The target, it's only going to be the support Hoodwink, even if they do even find the Bushwhack comes out, so they're going to know somebody's here. I suppose it just means that they're going to be able to secure this tier 1 tower. Oh, Epicenter's even going to be challenged. It's going to be the Icarus dive in now as well. They're going to do a hell of a lot of damage over onto Phasor. But while this is going on in the mid lane, there's going to be a catapult in this mid lane with Fogus. So, fortification does come through, and Fogus, he's looking. Does he want to hang around? There's going to be the TPM from Pantomime. Blink Dagger isn't up from the Mars just yet, though. You know, he's still working towards that BKB, so the Blink is still going to be about 5-6 minutes away in terms of gold.
One move just being a little bit slower just because they were waiting for some timings, which I don't think they necessarily had to wait for. And I have to say, Cybercats, they use that quite nicely. They understand the potential of kills from the enemy side, and you can see that they're poking on that mid lane tower. They want it down. I just think that a lot of the time has passed. The thing is, though, maybe Shigetsu will be strong enough with the BKB once that tower falls. The Viper already has his, so maybe they can posture aggressively like they did. But I still think that they missed out on a big timing, like between 8 and 12 minutes is when they could have fought, and probably there wouldn't be enough damage to take all of them down. But the tower will finally fall, and let's see now how aggressively Cybercats can posture in front of the enemy base and limit the farm coming out from the side of one move.
And so we talked about the Viper not going for the shard. You know, he's got the BKB, like you said. What is it that he wants to go for next? You know, what's that next big item that comes out for Igor that allows him to get that momentum for the Viper here?
It's tough to say. We don't see this hero very often, but I think you get the Dragon Lance, and then you go from there. You want the right-click Viper, and you want the extra range, because you are dealing with a lot of AoE spells. You don't want to be close to your heroes. And we can see he got the Groove Bow, and with the Dragon Lance, he's going to have even more of a range. So that is something that I would like to see from the Viper. Even a full Hurricane Pike would be quite nice, just to make sure that you can keep yourself out of harm's way and not have to pop the BKB right off the bat in the fight.
Okay, well... we see Focus in the mid lane. He's going to be the only one defending this tower. Afterlife's going to be there, though. He has that Arena Focus. Is he going to try and go for the trap in? It's going to be the Tumblr Story coming through. The Spear as well. That Sunray is going to be there. The Blood Right as well. The Mortimer Kisses. They're going all in. Epicenter comes out. They're going to be able to get the kill onto the Timbersaw. Can they go even further onto this? H2O is taken down inside. He will be taken out. And that's going to be Pantomime with the double kill. Those Mortimer Kisses doing work here. They take down the Viper. Smiling Knight. They're going to be chased on once again. They're going to be able to go into the CK. CK can't get himself away from that. So it's going to be 4 heroes. Good bushwhack, but what can he get out of it? I suppose he can get himself out of it, get himself out of danger as the buyback comes through from the Grimstroke, but he wasn't back into the fight in time. And one move, they take a really good fight, 4 for 1, and a buyback forced out there.
I think Cybercats, all of their players know that their draft is hard to play. I think that they're aware of that, because you could see Shigetsu, they're not using the BKB, thinking like, okay, I can't use it right now, I need to use it at the perfect moment just because of the nature of the enemy lineup, and because of it. The Sand King doesn't die, he himself dies, and maybe if the Sand King had died, you could go forward, because the main hero on the side of one move in a team fight is the Sand King. Multiple stuns are the thing that is going to win you the fight on the side of one move. The problem, again, the gold lead is continuing to increase, and Smiling Knight, he's going to come to a point where he can pop his BKB, run in and kill 1 or 2 heroes. If that can happen in the fight, the game is just over. So again, Cybercats, they have to posture aggressively, but any move they make, it seems like one move are reading it too easily, because it's all so damn slow from the side of Cybercats.
I wonder if they're going to read this move. Fogus, he's up onto the high ground, but everybody else inside the Roche pit, and Roche, it's not going to be the fastest one, even with another Toxin, even with Shigetsu using the Chaos Strike for crits coming through. Even with the Chakra, in fact, it's going to be scouted out now by the Spirits. And what ultimates do they have to throw out? Well, they don't have the mana for the Rupture, but it looks like they might want to fight into this. It's going to be the Riser of Dragon Sayush back, and Sayush is going to go down. The Arena comes through, that's your BKB, a really nice spear, taking down both supports, and don't forget, that was the dieback there onto the Grimstroke. It's going to be the buyback, but the Epicenter come through. A nice double barrel strike onto both of them. Shigetsu, though, gets that BKB off. On the Google 2, he's almost toggle himself away. Listen, Meljo's going to try and go for the TP. He gets himself out of danger, and Shigetsu healing up with these Chaos Strikes with that lifesteal on, but it forces them outside of the Roche pit. They lose both supports, and only on the side of one move do they lose the Snapfire.
They did lose 2 supports on both sides. It's just that Phoenix and the Hoodwink, they bought back, so they knew they wanted to fight that one, given that the Roche was relatively low. But now I think it's gonna be healing, and the ones that are making the move are one move, and this is the thing. Bloodseeker wasn't part of that fight, so he still has his BKB. Next 30 seconds.
Oh, it's going to be the Burst Strike onto the high ground, though. They find out the CKs. The damage is going to be there. He's going to try and use the Phantasm to dodge it off, and it looks like they might still be able to take him down. Oh, Sand King is going to be off. One more right click. No, he's going to be able to get the armlet toggle off. The Rupture comes through, though, as well. Igor, are they going to be able to turn this around? It's going to be a relative once again onto the Sand King, so Sand King will go down. Smiling Knight, Shigetsu will go down there to him, and it looks like they might even be able to get a little bit more of this. The Icarus Dive, it fully completes because of the Phantom, and that's going to be the Phoenix going down 70 seconds. But they take down the CK, so Cybercats can't really push into this Roche pit because there's still 2 cores up on the side. The arena's coming up in 8 seconds as well. Smiling Knight.
Armlet toggle is there, won them the fight. Yeah. Literally something that you don't. Oh, Fezor?
He's absolutely deleted. He was roasted squirrel there, coming through from the Snapfire with that Scatter Blast to finish it off before the Bushwhack came out.
Hey, you need to be a seasoned hunter to hunt squirrels, and Snapfire, I mean, she has a lot of years of hunting under her belt, so you know that was an easy grab for her. A little bit of a bazooka to just force it out, and then nice shot to the head. Really nicely done. But as I said, you know, Bloodseeker making a bit of a mistake in my mind, he didn't use the Rupture of the CK. He wanted to kill the Viper as well. So they didn't focus the CK down properly, which allowed him to survive for a long time. Armlet Toggle killed the Sand King. Sand King couldn't go out. Remember, at that point, you want to go in and out with the Sand King to get the stuns. If that happens, you actually do have a chance to win the fight. Exactly what happened for Cybercats. That bonus Phoenix kill, it was just because it's a beautiful Phantom's Embrace just at the nick of time. But still, a bit of greed coming out from one move. And Cybercats, what I saw from them yesterday is that they know how to punish opponents' mistakes. So these guys, they just need to think a little bit about their tactics, how they want to move. But when it comes to just straight up reflexes and kind of the sense of the game, they're definitely top notch.
Well, we'll see what they can do here. They're going to be able to go for the smoke out. It's only going to be Fogus that wasn't caught in that smoke, but he might be providing a nice distraction. But it's going to be a 5-man smoke coming the other way from one move. The Fiery Spirit
The
goes
vision
into
is
the
in
Roche
favor
pit.
of... One
Smoke's
move has
gonna
better
break.
vision.
The blink away. Yeah, Sand King was just a little bit too far forward from the rest of his team, so smoke breaks, he plays it safe. Afterlife, does he want to try and blink onto the high ground? He's going to be able to get it. Well, the BKB comes out from Eagle, so the chase is on. Viper Strike onto Mars as well, so Mars has to pop that BKB.
One ticker
But
caught!
they're going to be able to catch two of them. Smiling Knight here with his own BKB, and the damage isn't going to be enough. There's going to be some Mortimer Kisses. Fogus can't get himself outside of the arena. A really nice double kill coming through from the side of one move, and can they capitalize on that? Because again, no buybacks here on the side of Cybercat, so it looks like they want to go straight to the Roche pit. Sunray comes out, it's going to be providing heals, some providing damage onto Roche, and it looks like with the minus armor coming through from that little shard as well, how quickly is this going to go down? Because Shigetsu's close. It looks like they're going to try and re-smoke into this, but it's going to be a 3 versus 5, no ultimates up, only for the Grimstroke. Smiling Knight will take that. They even got, who have they got the Wraith Pact on? Oh, it's on to Snapfire.
Yeah. The burst potential on the side of Cybercats, that is what they have. Jump in on a hero and kill him. Remember what we said, no one can survive the sharpshooter plus all of these heroes banging on you. The thing is, with the Wraith Pack, you actually can. And you can see the Bloodseeker is actually going for defensive items, because if the fight is long, the side of one move are gonna win, just because the Bloodseeker is gonna overwhelm the fight and be too fast. What happened in that previous fight is that CK made a little bit of a mistake. He used the Chaos Bolt to break the Lincolns, and then he used the Reality Rift. If he went the other way around, got the stun of the Bloodseeker potentially dies. We could be seeing a different fight, and then the Timbersaw doesn't get ran down. We see a much different scenario. This time around, though, you know, Cybercats, they make a slight mistake. They're kind of surprised by the Lincolns. It costs them a lot, and also a nice attempted move from the CK. He had the blink. He was in a good position to blink in the pit, steal the Aegis, and he was sending in the illusions, but the AoE damage from one move is just insane. Burrow Strike, the Mars spells, the Scatter Blast, those illusions just don't stand a chance.
Oh, speaking of, they might be able to get another arena off. They're going to see the Burrow Strike comes through. The arena's going to be there now as well. The Spirit's not going to be able to get the BKB off this time, Viper. He will go down some really nice wards there, and even the most McKiss is dropping down onto H2O. H2O, another Burrow Strike! Meldul gets to just in time, disrupts.
Arcane Rune.
I think they'll be able to get Shigetsu as well. Smiling Knight is going to go. They're going to be able to get this vision. This ward goes down in 6 seconds, but till then it was providing the vision there to find Shigetsu. Shigetsu just goes straight for the BKB TP away. Nothing to disrupt that. No bashes just yet. Bloodseeker does have it queued up, but doesn't actually have it to disrupt the TP from the CK just yet.
So...
they're going to be able to go. The spear's off the mark, though. What can they do against Fogus? Fogus is just going to go for the Timber Chain away. It looks like the Burrow Strike, though, on the back lines. Hoodwink will be caught out and killed off. Sayush with the Spirit Vessel, the full Spirit Vessel, as well as the Sunray. Just, again, cooking that squirrel alive.
So for the longest of times, the Ice Rock has tried to equalize which team actually has the advantage on the Roche. Right now, in the early stages of the game, just a second, let's follow Smiling Knight. Okay, he gets the BKB also, he's gonna be fine. But in the early game now, it's actually the Dire side that has the advantage around it, just because of the outpost. You know, you do want to play around there because there is a bounty rune, so you're always going to have vision, and you can see that one move actually has better wards around the Roche. They had that one ward on the lane as well, and it was easier for them to plant those and just wait for Cybercats. That's also one of the reasons that it was easier for them. So Cybercats, they need to try to make pressure somewhere else, force a rotation, and then go for a fight, because you know that you're going to be in a disadvantageous position as the game progresses, as you start actually giving away that part of the map once the tier tiers 2 start falling, yes, then the Radiant does have the Roche advantage, but it's too late in the game, I think. And you know, there's this one thing in BTS Pro Series Season 11 Southeast Asia, there was a long time when TA had 0% win rate on the Radiant side, and that is because she relies on those early Roche timings, and you know, on the Radiant side, you're just not easy to go for them anymore. So Cybercats, they're very much bound to lose those fights on top, and now with the 16k gold deficit, better team fight on one move, it's gonna be very hard to go back into this game. Again, it has to be them initiating, kill a hero right at the start of it, and I think the Sand King would be the perfect target.
Yeah, and you can see now as well that Bloodseekers, he's picked up the Elven Tunic, he's got himself the Shard, so that's going to be the 2% of max health as pure damage, and heals for that amount as well, so it's straight lifesteal coming out for Smile Knight. And when you're coming up against a Timbersaw that's got 2.4k health, the Chaos Knight has got 2.9 while he's got the armlet on as well. Even the the Viper with 2.3k, that's a lot of 2% of that is a lot of damage to get to. Pops a BKB, so no Basher just yet because he did change his mind for H2O. Not going to be enough damage there as well. Yeah, he did change his mind for the Shard first, and will be going for the Bastion next. But yeah, Bloodseeker in a pure man mode fight, he does have the absolute advantage just because of that guaranteed damage and lifesteal coming out for him.
Yeah, if there are no illusions of the CK, and we already mentioned that they're gonna die quite easily, you're gonna be in trouble. I actually expected one move to just charge towards the bottom lane immediately, because that was the BKB TP usage from the CK, so you can overtake the entirety of the map. But it seems like they're not gonna be doing it with the smoke and getting kills. They're just gonna do it with the boots of travel, not really expending much in terms of spells.
No, Focus. He's gonna get the TP away. Yeah, no spear, nothing like that from Afterlife to disrupt, and. So what is it Cybercats need to... Are Cybercats just full in avoid mode at the minute, just trying to get their farm, trying to get their items up before the next big fight? Or, you know, what is it they need to do in this current game situation?
It is a tough one. Ideally, you want that Shard on the Grimstroke. That changes the game a bit, because you can actually go in and not have to pop your BKB, wait for the Inkswell to pop, then pop your BKB. So it gives you like 2 more seconds of fight time in the fight overall, and you definitely need it, even with higher BKBs, and they don't have higher BKBs any longer. They're at 6 seconds. So that is what they would need as the timings. And I think right now Cybercats only win this game in the ultra late game, because right now this late game scenario, when the team fight is on the side of one move, you're not gonna win. You're most likely not gonna win the ultra late game either, just because of the difference in farm. But you should be gearing up for the ultra late game. But I don't think there should be any kind of engagements until they at least have the Shard. Even if they would initiate first, without the Inkswell Shard, it's gonna be super hard for their cores to stay alive.
Oh well, that's gonna be the smoke break, and they do find the Grimstroke. As Soulbind comes out, and both of them pulling in the other direction. Sand King does eventually change his mind, but it's still a decent kill. You didn't really expend too much for that kill either. No arenas, no burst rate, no epicenters. And this might actually be a really good bait with the Boots of Travel coming out here on the Sand King, who's immediately down to the bottom lane. Going to be TP in, but do they have damage to take Focus down? They might be able to. They will be able to get the bash off now as well. They take down the Timbersaw. And that was just a really good showing. In fact, in the trees.
Phantom on top.
They might be hunting the Snapfire. Snapfire can get himself away from this. He does have the cookie. And it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they don't even allow him to eat the cookie. That's
just cruel.
That's straight up brutality. Yeah, but they've been bullied for 31 minutes right now. So you know, you can't really blame him. You know, if you could find your childhood bully and just catch him, and you're like a big strong guy right now, you know, I think you wouldn't. I think you wouldn't think twice. Either way, so 19k goal lead for one move. Cybercats are gonna continue to dodge this one. The problem is, once the Roche comes out, there's no more dodging. Right? They're gonna be forced into a fight. So I'm just kind of trying to find a way for them to fight. So what are the big items? Okay, Shard on the Grimstroke. Please let him farm that one. The Skadi on the Viper, that's gonna change a bit. You might actually be able to focus down the Seeker, but someone needs to break his Lincolns before he pops the BKB. If he pops the BKB, I'd actually be bold enough to use the Soulbind to pop the Lincolns, use the Viper Strike, and then right-click him. I think that's the only way that you win a fight. Kill the Bloodseeker. Even if if you kill the Sand King during the duration of your BKBs, the Seeker will win the fight for the enemy team. So a very tough scenario right now for Cybercats. A lot of things need to go right, and they don't even have the better heroes to push out the lanes.
Look at this on the top lane. Melodule, he was just... The second time he was looking to wind up that epicenter. Ego's going to TP out with
He didn't BKB!
Half a second on that Burrow Strike. And that would have been potentially a death. Well, you wouldn't have been able to get the TP away, so you would have looked at the Mars was close, Snapfire was close, and he would have had to try and... He can't leg it because he doesn't have any legs, but would have had to try and hoof it. No, the Viper. Out of the danger. I don't think you would have been able to get away from 3 heroes. Speaking about not being able to get away from 3 heroes, Shigetsu as well as H2O and Focus. Yeah. They get themselves a good kill onto the Phoenix, but Roshan, 1 minute 25, that Phoenix up in 53 seconds, so it's still going to be, as long as one move play this a little bit safer defensively, you know, as long as they don't lose any more heroes, they're going to have a full lineup next time that Roshan is out.
You should dive now. Definitely dive now. Oh no, they're under vision.
Oh, they're going to go. Do they want to go into the Viper though? The Viper, he's popped that BKB. There's no arena coming out from the Mars just yet. It looks like they might be able to still take down the Viper. The right click's coming out from Smiling Knight. They're going to be able to get the kill. Take 2. Melodule with the kill on H2O, and now the rupture onto Shigetsu. He knows he can't just go for the TP. Well, maybe he can go for the TP away because they're going to change targets onto Focus. Focus caught in the trees. Do they throw that arena out now? They do. He's not going to be able to get himself away from the stunned up by the back. And that is going to be some quick, clean kills going the way of one move.
Don't be negative.
Some undecisiveness coming out from Cybercats. In that scenario, you charge, but you charge towards a core. You've already killed the support. You've taken away a lot of the team fight on the side of one move. You have actually good heroes to bring down one hero, especially with the sharpshooter there. Just run and kill someone. That is what they should have done, but they got a little bit scared. They went for the easier target, being the Snapfire, given vision to the side of one move, and the rest is history. It was just easy. Bloodseeker caught though.
They're gonna go in, yeah. The Phantasm. There's gonna be a few illusions. He gets caught in the bushwhack as well. He didn't have the BKB to use, so that was just easy lockdown, and the rest of his team were nowhere near. Only Cyrus was close. Oh, he's already used that Icarus Dive as well. The bushwhack does come out. They're going to be able to go onto him. Phantom's Embrace, Silencer is going to be the relative drag back, and the Sharpshooter to finish the job. Easy
Roche
kill.
is up.
And yeah, this is it. This is perfect timing. 80 seconds on the Bloodseeker, 90 seconds on the Phoenix. No buyback on the Phoenix either. So if they can go into the pit, this is going to be a really nice timing here from Cybercats to get in and get that shard out. Did the Grimstroke? Grimstroke already brought his shard up, so this probably goes to the CK.
Yeah, the CK shard is actually quite good, especially in giving vision in the fight. You use your Chaos Bolt and suddenly there's an illusion following the enemies. Big thing here, I think Cybercats now finally understand that they do have the firepower to bring some of these tanky cores on the side of one move, and that's gonna give them the confidence needed to go aggressively on the cores. You need to start the fight on the Mars, on the Sand King, or ideally on the Seeker, but it's a little bit hard because of the Lincoln Sphere. It actually wouldn't surprise me if the Sand King would just pick up an A on this, though he went for the E-Blade, which is a great save. If the CK does manage to get the stun and the jump onto the Bloodseeker, so that is a pretty solid item. But it wouldn't surprise me if the Sand King gets the A on this and is actually the one pushing aggressively. Then I think Cybercats wouldn't actually have no move to win a fight. If you go on Mellow, you'll just lose, and he would just constantly be in your face.
Yeah, well, he's got the Shivas queued up at the minute, which I suppose extra armor is going to be nice for him. The slow potential. Just stopping heroes from escaping. But what do I want to do? I mean, the tier 3 is being pushed in, but it's going to be the double catapult wave to push it back out. Can he find a good fight here on either side? It's going to be the Burrow Strike coming in. Snapfire with the multiplication, they're going to be able to take down. It's going to be a quick kill onto Phaser. Was that Rupture going to go with her as well? Looks like they got it onto Ego. Ego is going to try and maybe turn onto this. The Vibe Strike comes up, but that's going to be the Lincoln Sphere. Ego's spear back to the Inkswell. It doesn't connect onto anyone. He's holding that arena for now. Afterlife waiting for that BKB. They're still going to try and do the damage onto him. That's going to be the Supernova now as well. They get the Burrow Strike as well as that Epicenter takedown H2O. Well, what are they going to be able to do? Because that was the Aegis, so this is going to be expended now as well.
DK came in as well.
They are going to go for the arena. The BKB is going to be there for Shigetsu though, so he's just going to be able to prance himself out. Like, is it going to be enough though? Worse that the E-Blade does come through. The Cookie's going to be in the wrong direction. He just has to stand, hope that Inkswell does a lot of damage, but the Burrow Strike comes through. They get the kill. Melodule takes him down. 3 heroes dead. It's going to be 4 now as well. DK Focus going to be able to go away with the Timber Chain. Oh, but the TP in from Sand King. Look at this with the boots of trolley. No, he blinks. I can't say the wrong way. He's got the Burrow Strike off now as well. So they found out the Timbersaw. Timbersaw can he get himself away from this? It looks like they're going to be able to go. E-Blade once again for that slowdown. There's going to be the TP, the blink in from Afterlife, like you say, with the spear off. The damage coming through onto the Timbersaw. Is he going to be able to Burrow Strike to stop the Timber Chain? 4 heroes dead. Buyback coming through here from DK Fogus just to help defend the space. 3 heroes back alive now. What can they do with this? Because there's going to be the 2 big calls down on the side of Cybercats.
Cybercats, as soon as they saw that the Viper was in a bad position, they should have cut their losses. The thing is, it's never easy to make that call right off the bat. You needed to have that kind of the idea. Guys, if someone is caught off guard, we need all of our heroes and we need to be the ones to jump first. So I think them not setting that rule in that scenario, as I said, in the later portions of the game, it's very hard to let your hero go, especially the one with the Aegis. But this time around, it's going to cost them a lot. Still, Cybercats, they still have one more fight left in them, especially with the buyback on the CK. It's going to be initiation now coming out from Cybercats and a buyback from the CK unless one move just get themselves out.
Ooh, they're going to be able to go in with that arena as well. It's going to be the refresh onto the Mars as well. Does Mars want to use that? He's got that arena up. He's going to be silenced up with the Soulbind as well, so he's not going to be able to get the arena off this time. Does he want to go back in? He's got 1 second on that overwhelming blink. He might be able to find a really good one here. The arena comes right. They've focused. That's going to be a dieback here. Fezor trying to get himself back to the fountain, but that is going to be, again, 4 heroes going to be dead. GG being called by Cybercats. They will go down to the lower bracket, and one move will move on. Shigetsu's going to try and do his best just before the Ancient crumbles, but that will be the game going the way to one move.
It's okay, Shigetsu saved his buyback. That is good, you know. I mean, that was a really smart move from one move. You know, they started backing off. At the second they were backing off, the Sand King jumped in with the initiation. So when you see an enemy hero backing off, you just want to get a better positioning closer to the high ground so that you can catch the enemies if they're coming closer. So as Smiling Knight moves away, that is when Cybercats are, okay, let's get into a better position. They even get together, multiple man burrow striking into an arena. It was an easy one from one move. And you know, the CK Shigetsu wanted the buyback in a scenario where his teammates are the ones initiating, not when his teammates are the ones being initiated on. So you can't really blame him. But as I said at the start of this one move should be coming in as the heavy favorites. I watched them play a little bit yesterday when I had the time in between games, and Cybercats, they just didn't look that strong to me. Both them and Wayfarers just didn't do that well. In my mind, Cybercats and Wayfarers should get eliminated, but just the luck of the draft is gonna allow Cybercats to actually stay in Division 2 just because they won that first round.
Yeah, and looking at this, Rune Eaters, looking at the brackets, are 1-0 up against Wayfarers. So that would be, again, how the mighty have fallen. Wayfarers that were ASM Gambit coming through from Division 1 into Division 2. And then it's cruel as well. Knoxville said it about the Division 1 brackets, the way this playoffs works, that you don't get a full season. You lose 2 best of 3s and you're done. You're out. You're out of Division 2. So, like I said, Knoxville said that these kind of brackets are great for finding the top 2 teams, but they're absolutely awful for finding the bottom 2 teams. So, Wayfarers, they're hanging on for dear life here. And that's not our stream, though. So we do have the other stream that you can go and check out on Beyond the Summit 2 to see how that match is going. Again, it's 1-0 in terms of Rune Eaters. We are going to be taking a break. I think we're going to be taking an hour-long break here as we wait for Team Empire versus Hydra. But that is going to be the second, technically third, because we finished off Empire versus No Sorry. But that is going to be the final series on the stream. Again, we're going to take an hour break, so go and catch up with Rune Eaters. Go and catch up with Wayfarers to see how that's going. And then come back here in about an hour's time for the final series of the day, Team Empire versus Hydra. We'll see you then.